Now that we've had our channel for a little while, it's been a little while. Many of you have asked us, how did you guys even get into whiskey? I feel like that's one of the biggest questions we get when we're out and about, or if we meet new people who like are in the whiskey community. They're like, how did you guys even start drinking whiskey? Like, what made you start doing a channel?
And when we're talking about drinking whiskey, we're not talking about drinking those shots you do in college. We're talking about drinking whiskey.
Drinking whiskey. So today we're going to tell you guys how we actually got into our whiskey journey, what led us to this YouTube channel, and then we're going to tell you where we're at now on this journey.
Yep.
All right, so let's hear your story first, because obviously you got into your journey a lot sooner than I did.
Oh, yeah. So I got into my whiskey journey 2016, 2017 timeframe. I was big into Starting Strength and that, and I was watching all their YouTube videos and listening to their podcasts and all this, and they drank whiskey. They drank a lot of Weller Antique 107, Weller 12, Eagle Rare, Willet, things like that. And so then I started drinking some of that stuff, and so then that led me into finding some bottles, and it was amazing that you could actually find stuff back then.
Yeah.
And then it was 2019, I went to Scotland and toured Islay, and it just got huge into Scotch, and then just the entire collection just started growing from all of that. So yeah, that was kind of the quick and dirty for my story and how I got started.
Well, it's funny because your collection was definitely growing when I started dating you.
Yeah, I probably had, I don't know, 50 bottles, 100 bottles, maybe, somewhere in that range.
They were all
maybe
on
100.
a pool table.
Yeah, the pool table right here.
So like it was like the ultimate bachelor pad. When I started
Yep.
dating you, you had all of these bottles, and I guess that kind of leads us into my side of the story.
Yep.
In 2020, so in 2020 we started dating, and at that point I actually hated whiskey. I hated the smell of it. I hated the taste of it. I never actually experienced drinking whiskey, even in college. I just didn't really like the smell of it. So fast forward, Bill had all this whiskey sitting around, and I was really curious about it. And you were obviously really passionate about whiskey, and you really like drinking it. So I wanted to find a way to like include myself in his passion, because I don't know, it just seemed like it'd be more fun to do together. So I was out on this like journey to find something I liked, and Bill went out of town for a weekend, and he's like, feel free to try whatever you want, maybe you'll find something you like. So I went to the shelf and I looked around on the shelf, or not the shelf, I guess we didn't even have a shelf at the time. I kind of like looked around on the pool table, wherever the bottles were at the time, I guess. And I looked down and I see this bottle, and it was like dark and sexy looking. Ardbeg Dark Cove. Ardbeg Dark
Peated
Cove.
Scotch.
Peated Scotch. I didn't even know how to read bottles or labels at that point. I was just like, okay, give this one a try. So I drank it, and now you guys know Scotch, peated Scotch especially, is a very polarizing flavor. I absolutely loved it. The reason I loved it was nostalgic. It brought me back to my childhood. And so I really, really liked it. And I thought, okay, why not just try something else?
It also didn't hurt that I really love that bottle and had a bunch of those bottles. So
I know, you did. You had several of them. But I just thought the bottle was sexy, so I wanted to try it.
So I got started from weightlifting. You got started from drinking my collection.
Pretty.
And that's how it goes.
That's how it goes.
And that's marriage now.
And now we're a marriage of whiskey. Whiskey and crazies.
So that leads into these other topics we have and where we are in our whiskey journey, and reminiscing. Yes, that's right, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yes, that word.
Reminiscing. But it's actually, it's super fun.
Yeah, the first thing is, do you remember the first bottle you bought when you got into the whiskey journey? Mine, I remember going into the liquor store after listening to those Starting Strength podcasts and everything and YouTube videos, and walked into the store and bought an Eagle Rare and a Willet 3-year rye. Yes, the 3-year rye at that time.
Well, that's crazy.
Yeah.
But those are actually, I mean, Eagle Rare is still a staple on our shelf.
Yep,
So
yep.
some things never change.
The Willet is not.
Now, the first bottle I bought that I can remember was when you were out of town, another time when you were out of town, Elijah Craig Barrel Proof. I think it was like a B521.
Yep.
I got excited. Because we had a lot of Eagle Rare, or not Eagle Rares. We had a lot of ECBPs already. So I was like, well, I know Bill really likes that. I'm going to surprise him and be like, look what I got. I have a picture of it. It made me feel really happy. So
yeah. So before we get into the rest of the stuff we have here, do you guys remember the first bottle you bought when you got into the whiskey field of all of that stuff? If you
not the college bottle.
Yes,
not like
not
the
those college
Fireball
bottles.
or whatever you guys bought.
When you started your whiskey journey, what is the first bottle you remember buying?
And did you pay too much for it?
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
always curious.
So,
okay.
all right, that actually leads into the perfect one, is mistakes we've made along our whiskey journey. Number one, hunting. We used to spend so much time and gas hunting bottles every weekend, every evening.
Exhausting.
It was exhausting. Every weekend, we're driving to Wyoming, we're driving here, we're driving there. It was just exhausting. Got tired of it.
Everywhere. Like, we literally spent every single weekend.
Yep.
A lot of quality time together, but also it was
yeah.
a lot of just gas money and driving around.
Yep, so the hunting kind of got old.
It got old fast, and then it's like you're spending more money driving around in your car than having a bottle. Like, you literally could have bought the bottle after the 5 trips that you drove around. It's stupid.
And then the next mistake we have for you is something she made early on in her journey. What did you buy?
I bought a Blanton's.
She bought a Blanton's.
But I didn't, so I got excited because, again, that was one of the first bottles that I liked. So when I had the opportunity to buy one in the store, because I started building a relationship with the store, and I was like, oh, do you have any cool allocated bottles today? And the lady's like, yeah, I got a Blanton's. It's $90. And I was like, oh, that's awesome. I'll take it. But $90 is a lot of money for a Blanton's.
So she didn't say it when she started the story. It's not educating yourself on the cost of bottles.
Yeah, that's the biggest mistake I made. But I think, the Blanton's bottle made me do it, but also I didn't know how much things cost. And you actually eventually made me like a spreadsheet of the
if you see these bottles, this is how much you should pay for
it. So it was funny, like for the first, I don't know, probably for like the first 6 months of me like shopping for bottles, if I was ever out and I found something, I'd be like, okay, what did Bill say?
Yeah.
What did Bill say? What's the name? So yeah, educating myself. It's really important. People don't know. Like, if you're new, you gotta educate yourself.
All right, next one. Turning point in our whiskey. What is
journey?
It? Our journey. Yes.
Our
Why
whiskey
can't I
journey?
remember words today?
Wow, this is
turning point in our whiskey journey was. It was 2020. Was it winter 2021?
Yes.
Right after we started our channel, or New Year's Eve time frame.
Yeah. I want to share the story.
Okay, she can tell the story. So we're gonna be sitting here for 20 minutes.
No, I'll tell it fast. I'll tell it really fast. But I think this is the biggest turning point in our channel for sure. In our whiskey
setting
journey.
the scene. We're in Louisville.
Yeah, we're in Louisville. We're in Kentucky.
It's between Christmas and New Year's of 2021.
Oh my gosh. Okay, moving on. This is going to take us 10 hours if we go
And
this
scene.
All right, so we're in Louisville. We're having dinner, and we look down at our phones, and we see all these like wildfires blowing up. And one was not far from our house, and it ended up being really, really bad.
Yeah.
Like it blew up overnight.
Wasn't one of the worst in the state?
Yeah, it burned down an entire town. It was horrible.
Oh, yeah.
The Marshall Fire. So the Marshall Fire, it ruined so many people's lives. It got very close to our house. And I felt this need immediately. I was like, we have to do something. Like, we literally have to do something. I don't know what we can do, but we have this platform. We have to do something. And so I started sitting there, and within 12 hours, I had already reached out to 4 people in Colorado, and including Matt Porter ADHD Whiskey.
Yeah, mind you, that's before this all started. I think our channel was 800 subs or something like that.
Yeah,
so I wanted to set the scene there.
Yeah, we didn't have very many subs, but we hadn't done a live stream yet.
Nope, we hadn't done a live stream yet.
We had never done a live stream yet. So I reached out to all these people, and everybody was like, yeah, sure, we'll be a part of whatever you want to do. Just let us know. And even Matt Porter was like, I don't really know you, but yeah, heck yeah, let's do something. And so at the initial start of this, I was thinking, okay, we're going to do it on Matt's channel. He has a lot more subscribers. We'll be able to bring in a ton of money with a fundraiser. What I wanted to do was a fundraiser so we could raise money for Red Cross, and the money could go directly to people affected by the Marshall Fire. So we set this all up, and Matt's like, no, you know what? You set it all up. You put all this work into it. We had tons of bottles donated. We had over 40 bottles donated.
Yeah, there was 40 something.
Yeah, 42, I think, at the end of it. But yeah, we had all these bottles donated, and Matt's like, just do it on your channel. I promise people will come. And I remember thinking, you're crazy.
Yep.
You are literally crazy. But by the time the stream got around, we hit 1,000 subscribers right at the stream. Right at the Marshall Fire stream.
Yeah, and I think before the stream started, we had the fundraiser up, and people could donate before the stream.
We did.
I think there was 10,000 or something before the stream started.
Yeah, before the stream already started, we had raised $10,000, and then finished raising over $23,000. Yep. And that was really the turning point of the channel, because
it just started growing from there.
We were able to, connect with so many other people because of that. So without like just the random wild thought of let's reach out to all these people and then them agreeing even though they don't know us, that just kind of goes to show how amazing the whiskey community really is.
Yep. Yeah, so that's the turning point in our whiskey journey. So now, where are we now in our whiskey journey?
I think at this point we're at a very different place in our whiskey journey than we used to be.
For sure.
And I think it's going to continue to evolve. But like where we're at now is like we know what we like.
Yep.
We know what tastes good. We like have these staple pours we really enjoy drinking. I mean, literally, Wild Turkey is our favorite.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Yeah, and I mean, we found brands like Barrel King that we're members of that they send bottles
we buy bottles.
You buy bottles every month with that membership, and it's something we could just be fine just drinking that.
Yeah.
And then we get the Evernorth bottles when they're released on the Junkies Patreon. So we found what we like, and we continue to buy that type of stuff.
And we're not going crazy hunting all the time.
Correct.
God, that was just so exhausting. And it's like, yes, we got a lot of bottles doing it. We also didn't get a lot of bottles doing it.
Yep.
And it ended up costing us more money in the long run. And now we just find, like, now that we've narrowed down what we really like, we can either, A, just drink what we have, or B, if we really find something we want, then we can get that, or we can wait for it to be on the shelf.
So if we're at a liquor store, we run into one and they have something, great, and we'll pick it up. If not, oh well. And we kind of stick to a lot of single barrels too.
A lot of single barrels and a lot of barrel picks from different groups and things like that. That's our favorite, like different whiskey channels and clubs, etc. So
that's kind of where we're at in our whiskey journey and what we're buying. Now, surprising things that whiskey has brought to us.
Gosh, it really has changed our lives.
Oh, it's drastically.
This whiskey journey has literally changed our lives.
We have met so many people. We've probably met most of you watching this video one way or another, at different events or at a distillery ran into you, or here in Denver running into a liquor store, and people saying hi. So we met so many people, and we've had the opportunity to travel to different places for different events, which is just amazing.
It's crazy to think about. Like, it is literally crazy to think, like, you know, I think COVID changed that for a lot of people. This whole, like, you can connect over the internet, you can connect through the camera, and never really meet in real life, and that's fine. But then, like, the fact that we can actually go out and meet everyone now, it's a whole new world. Like, we're literally meeting our internet friends.
Isn't that a song?
It's a whole new world.
Yeah,
whatever.
Is that from Aladdin?
Yes.
Yes.
But what I think is crazy about it is, like, people probably think we're crazy outside of the whiskey community.
She is.
I already am, but outside of the whiskey community, people probably are just like, okay, you talk to your internet friends and you watch them on live streams and blah, blah, blah. You're not really friends, but yeah, we are friends.
We've met you.
We've met you. We are friends. And
we text back and forth with some of you on different things.
I mean, hours and hours of our day spent being a part of this whiskey community, and that's just so special. And like again, the friendships we've made, the travel, the places that we've seen, the people that we've met along the way has been just mind-blowing. I mean, it really is. It's crazy. It's amazing.
Yeah, so thank you.
Yeah, thank you for supporting our journey and actually, like, being here and showing up and watching our videos and communicating with us and being a part of our life. It's so special. It really is.
So now the last thing we got to throw out here is what's advice we would give to ourselves or new whiskey drinkers starting out? Like, if we could go back in the past and give ourselves advice when we're starting out, what would we do?
Well, that's really interesting. I mean, first of all, like, you don't have to hunt every single bottle.
No. There's tons of great whiskey out there. Do not hunt every bottle. There's tons of great whiskey out there. You also, if you want to, you can. Like, I think people really do find joy in that. Like, there's some people that really love that. So that's fine. If that's you, do you. Yep.
You do you.
Buffalo Trace is not the end-all be-all of all whiskeys.
What?
They're good, but it's not everything. Broaden your horizons. There's other things out there.
It is crazy, though.
We were like that at first.
We
Tons
really
of Buffalo
were.
Trace. I think one of the first videos blew up was a Buffalo Trace video.
I remember like looking at photos on people on Instagram and thinking like, oh my gosh, if I don't have every bottle in the Weller Vertical, like, I'm not cool enough to be on here. Like, I really thought that. I really thought that in order to really make it in the whiskey world, you had to have every Weller bottle, but that's actually not true.
No.
All right, so the last piece of advice I would give you, that we would give you,
or ourselves
in
the past,
is don't be so focused on what other people say you should like, how you should drink it. how much you should spend on it, whatever. Like, it's
you do you.
You do you. If you like something and someone else doesn't like something, who the hell cares? Because at the end of the day, your palate is different than everyone else around you. Just because the bourbon junkies like something doesn't mean that you're going to like it. Just because we like something doesn't mean you're going to like it. Just because God likes something.
We've had many people say in comments on videos or even in person that I don't get any of these flavors you're getting. It's like, well, that's our palate. Yours is different. That's all it is.
I mean, even he and I have different palates. So at the end of the day, just drink your whiskey how you want to drink it. Buy what you want to buy and enjoy it how you want to enjoy it. And don't let others like convince you that your way is the wrong way or that you're not doing it the right way. So, that's really it.
So that's our whiskey journey and a bunch of different topics and things we've experienced throughout this. What about you guys?
Yeah.
Besides the question I asked earlier about the first bottle you remember buying, what are some of the answers to these questions or these topics that you would have?
I'm super curious to see that because I think we're all also on a different point in our journey, right? Like some people are still in their hunting mode. Some people are in different parts of their journey, and embrace every part that you're in. Embrace where you're at, but don't be afraid to ask questions. Like learn about the whiskey community, learn about the people and the bottles and the different distilleries and all the terms. Oh my gosh. I will tell you, that is the one thing that threw me for a loop for like 2 years.
Still does sometimes.
Sometimes, like, because you just don't know, like, what the heck is an NDP? What is all this? Well, I know now, but I'm just saying you don't. So don't be afraid to look it up either. So let us know in the comments what your thoughts are on all of this. And also, if you have not subscribed yet, be sure to hit that subscribe button. Hit the like button, leave us a comment, hit the bell notification so you can know when we go live, which is every Monday at 8 p.m. Eastern Time.
Except when we're on vacation.
Which was a few weeks ago. No, it doesn't matter. But yeah, that's all we got for you guys. So thank you so much for watching. Thank you for being here. Thanks for being a part of our journey. I'm Dara.
I'm Bill.
We'll see you next time right back here on The Average Drinker.